Okay, hello people of YouTube, people of the internet. My name's Blue. This is my first ever makeup tutorial, so if you don't like it, I'm sorry, don't watch it, I guess. I'm just gonna do something simple today because it is my first one. Kind of uncomfortable talking in front of a camera, in front of a room with just my dog. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm only using three things for this, three simple little things. The product that I'm going to be using on my eyebrows is Ardell. It is a eyebrow pomade. I don't know all the stores that carry this, but I got this one at Sally's Beauty Supply, and it wasn't very expensive. I think it was only like $7 or $8. And I kind of like it. It's the first brow pomade I've ever used. So, I mean, it dries out a little bit, so I'm not sure how that would be in comparison to maybe some of the more expensive brands. But I like it, and I don't have a lot of money, so this is what I use. And all I use are these two brushes. This one's an E.L.F brush. It's just like a little spoolie brush. Use it to brush the hairs. And this one, it's a Brush brush. Oh no, wait, there it is. Bean. Can't read that word, but there you go. If you know how to pronounce the last word behind bean, if it focuses, you can give me a pronunciation in the comments or something. You know, teach me as I teach y'all. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, starting off, my brush bristles tend to get a little stiff sometimes, so I just break them up against my fingers, you know, move them around a little bit. That way they're easier to utilize and you're not stabbing yourself in the face or in the eye. I mean, you can try to put eyebrows on other parts of your face if you want to, you know, if that's your thing, that's cool, whatever. Whatever floats your boat. Makeup is what you want it to be. And if this looks a little messy, I'm sorry. I'm not very steady-handed, and with me holding the mirror, I only have one hand to work with, so this may be a catastrophe. We'll just see what happens. So you want to start out by, if I can keep my face in front of the camera, around the bottom. I don't start completely at the front because I like to attempt the gradiated, you know, lighter in the front, darker in the back look. And I'm kind of new myself with trying that look, so I don't always get it right the first time. So this may be that kind of tutorial, it may not. So after the first line, I go ahead and get just a little bit more product on there, and I make another line that's similar along the top. And I like the way my eyebrows are anyway, so I just follow, I just follow my natural eyebrow line. Well, I wouldn't say natural, I do wax them, but you know, the eyebrow hairs that are there, I follow that. You don't always have to do that because with this stuff, you can just make your own eyebrows. You can shave them off if you want to and do it. I know other girls that do that and their eyebrows look good, so. And I use short little strokes because I think it's easier to control where the product goes versus trying to do one big long line. So then, you know, that's the back half of the eyebrow. Now to do the front half, I don't put any more product on the brush because it's going to be lighter in the front, so you don't want to cake on the product in the front unless you don't want it to be lighter. And then if you do, you know, if you don't want it to be lighter, then just do it how you want. my eyebrows are probably the most asked about thing, or feature I should say, that I have. That's why I wanted to start with the eyebrows. And I make, you know, using light strokes, just make a little line along the bottom and then kind of blend that up. I don't like to make too noticeable of a line on the top. It's just a preference. I kind of like it when it's not as harsh on the top towards the front. And then to do the front, I turn the brush. See? Turn, turn. And I just do like little flicks upwards in the front. Now what I like about this product, or should I say pomade in general, is that if it is a little too heavy, whenever you brush it out with the spoolie, it lightens it up a little bit. So that's not so bad. I like to go back around through here and just make sure I have it evenly distributed. And now you'll notice, I know my face is like super close to the camera. I want to be able to make sure you can see good. Right here where it's just kind of not really a harsh line, if you wanted to go through with concealer and tighten up that line, definitely would be able to. I'm not going to do it today because, to be honest, I'm going to wind up wiping all this off within like the next couple hours, so before I get in the shower. So, but that is the one eyebrow. And then you just get the little spoolie brush thing. Yes, I know, I have very, very technical terms for everything. And you just brush the hairs up and over. I always have people ask why I bother brushing the hairs. It's not really that they get messy, because they're eyebrow hairs. They're, you know, they're not very long, but it kind of helps keep them in place, especially if you use a pomade. It just kind of gives it a more uniform look. And that one's okay, so we will start with the other eyebrow. This is a lot further than when I got yesterday. I tried to do this tutorial. My camera apparently didn't think, you know, when I started I had 39 minutes of battery life left, and by the time I got this far I had 1 minute of battery life, so that was just a practice run. So we'll do the same thing, just dip your brush in the product and start the other eye. So we got our one line there. And sometimes you don't get really quite enough product. So, I mean, if you gotta re-dip, that's okay, but I try not to re-dip if I'm going directly into the front of the eyebrow, because then I'll have really dark brows all around. And I mean, I'll rock that too, but I've really been trying to master this whole gradiated thing. If you don't think I've accomplished that look today, then, well, I'm sorry, they're my eyebrows, not yours, so it's not really your problem, it's my problem. want to try to, I mean, their eyebrows, so of course you want to try to match them up as close as possible. Kind of just re-observe here, make sure they're even. You know, make sure they look good, or, you know, make sure they're not heinous or nothing. I tend to get stuck on wanting to make sure my eyebrows are completely identical to each other. This is not mandatory, and it's not even normal, it's just my preference. Like I said, your eyebrows on your face, you know, if you want them a little bit different than the other, that's normal. I've actually seen a lot of, you know, popular makeup gurus on Facebook, or not Facebook, but YouTube and stuff, that say your eyebrows shouldn't be exactly the same anyway, so it's okay if it's not. I just get really paranoid if mine aren't. It's just a brow thing. But that is pretty much it. That's what I do when I do my eyebrows. So now anyone who's asked me, now you have the answer to your question. I will be posting more makeup tutorials later on my website. Link will be posted below, and I will see you all later. Bye.